folks, it's around 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon. It's time for us to check in with Chef Janet Davis, see what's on the menu this week. Chef Janet, are you there?
I am here. How are you?
I am good, man. What's going on with you?
Getting myself ready for some breadfruit.
All right, so today the subject is breadfruit, huh?
That's right, and as the name suggests, it is actually a fruit. Looks more like a vegetable, but it is in fact a fruit.
Right.
And locally we refer to it as brechet. I don't know if you remember that term, Keith.
Brechet?
Brechet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so breadfruit, but it is in fact a fruit. It's very starchy. Has like, you can get the seedless kind or the seeded kind. Has like a pale, sort of whitish, yellowish interior, the flesh.
Yeah.
And then a hard green, really hard green skin.
All right, so breadfruit, so some tall trees, right?
Very, very tall, with green, glossy leaves, but very, very tall, yeah.
So there are variations of breadfruit. You have green breadfruit and you have ripe breadfruit, and how is it? Right. How do we use this now?
That's right. There are variations. You have the green one, as you said, the sort of semi-ripe and fully ripe. The green one, which we call is like fit, is the starchier kind. It's like any other fruit or vegetable. When it's greener, it's starchier. And those are like perfect for roasting. And then you have the semi-ripe or ripe ones, which gets a little brownish on the skin. They're a little sweeter. And then the fleshy part, the inside of the breadfruit, it's almost like it gets a little pasty. And those are perfect for like soup because it gives whatever it's in a like a tinge of sweetness. So those ones are good for like a nice pea soup. So how is this prepared? What are some of the dishes that we would see breadfruit being used? Generally speaking, you can boil breadfruit, you can roast, as I said before, or in case of here, we use our oven, so you sort of oven bake it, and then you can also fry it. You peel the skin off and you fry it, and you finish it with some, salt. And breadfruit, again, because even though it's a fruit, it's a starchy fruit, so it would take the place of, or you can substitute it as a side, so it can replace something like a yam or a potato or rice, green banana, dumplings, things like that. And in Jamaica, it's typically paired with something like an ackee and saltfish or fried fish or, salt mackerel and other dishes where you would normally put like a yam or a rice or boiled green banana and dumplings, things like that.
So am I incorrect in assuming, because I'm not sure, that the name breadfruit is because we use it like bread?
Well, no, you're not wrong. That's actually incorrect. In fact, the name breadfruit comes from the fact that obviously it's a fruit, but it looks like bread. That's palish, very slightly yellow, whitish flesh. When it's uncooked, depending on the stage it's in, whether it's sort of getting to the riper stage, it looks like bread, which is why it gets that name breadfruit. Breadfruit,
and it was brought to the country by what's his name, Bright?
Yes, it originated in the Pacific, and it was introduced to the island in the late 1700s. And again, there are many varieties of breadfruit. I'm not sure if people are aware of that, but there's a lot of different varieties.
Right. Now, I haven't looked, but I haven't seen either any breadfruit in our area. Have you?
I typically don't find it here unless I go to some place like the Grand Market in Willingboro for people who are familiar or want to try something. Typically, for products like this, you would go to like the Grand Market in Willingboro. If not, then you go over to Walnut Street. There are two big grocers in Walnut Street, Philadelphia, where you can get things like that. And they always have breadfruit and, whole, fresh coconut, things like that. The more authentic products you can find, fairly plentiful in Philadelphia. But the closest place I would think would be someplace in Willingboro at the Grand Market.
Right. I guess as a last resort, somebody going down and say, bring back 2 breadfruit for me, no man.
That's right. Bring back 2, or if you're taking a trip to New York or, going to the Bronx or Brooklyn, you can always find things like this very plentiful.
Yes. All right.
That's right. But bring me back a breadfruit from Jamaica, freeze it, put it in some foil wrap, and we're good to go.
Good to go. And they won't take it in customs either.
That's right. My mom brings that stuff back all the time.
Yeah, my mother used to do the same. All right, Chef Janet. Well, thank you very much for checking in today. And we want to, of course, remind folks that you're going to be starting your class. Your class is this coming April, this month here. Tomorrow's
right.
April.
Tomorrow's April, correct. Yeah. So in a few short weeks, we'll be doing our cooking series, Journey to Jamaica, virtual Journey to Jamaica, exploring not just the food, but the culture, the history, and so many things that are just so fascinating about the island itself. And we're going to do that through food with a 4-week series, cooking class series, at the Burlington County College in Mount Holly.
Yeah. And I might have said this before when we initially started, that I was so impressed. That time that we came, we had gift certificates to one of your classes. And I was so impressed by, your styling and how the preparation and the presentation of the food that you do. So
thank you so much. Thank you. I was just having that conversation with someone yesterday as well, that Jamaica is known, as tiny of an island as it is, we're known for so many things, the food, the beach, the reggae, and all that.
Yeah.
But for me, a big component of what I do is the educational aspect.
Yeah.
There's more to the island than just beef patty and jerk chicken. There's such rich culture that I myself am discovering every time I have to do one of these segments, because you have to do your research and you learn something new each and every time. So that's what I really want to bring to your listeners.
All right. Well, once again, thank you, folks. Janet Davis, restaurateur and TV chef, joining us in Janet's Kitchen, 3:30 every Saturday. Janet, we talk to you again.
See you next time, Keith.
Okay.
Lord, what a night, not a night. What a